G'day, welcome back. So we're going to start getting this car ready so we can try and start it. Now there's a few checks we're going to go through before we do that. So we'll break it down into systems. So we're going to check a few different systems, then we're going to be in a position to crank the engine over, then hopefully be able to start it. So those systems are oil system, old oil, not good, could be all sludged, could have blockages leading to low oil pressure. So we're going to drain any oil that's in there. We're going to have a look at the oil filter. I'm going to fill it up with some new oil. I don't have a new filter, so I'm just going to wing it. So oil, air system, we want to make sure our air filter is not blocked, that there is an air filter, that the intake's not full of garbage, so we'll do that. Coolant system, we'll put some water in there. Fuel system, it's a carburetor. We'll have to do something with dashpots and whatever else, but apparently you drain the fuel, so we'll make sure there's no old stale fuel in there, put some fresh stuff in, make sure the fuel pump works. That's all good. And then electrical system, so clearly that battery doesn't work, so we'll put a new battery on, we'll have a look, see what's what, make sure we got power where we need it, and go from there. So we'll start with the oil system. Not a sausage. Okay. Not a common thing to when you pluck your carrot, but okay. Well, next up we're going to drain the oil filter, or just inspect the oil filter. Lefty loosey. It's always easy when there isn't a camera in your way. Yep, so we do have an oil filter. It does have some oil in it. I'll just pull that out and just see what kind of state that's in. So we're going to reuse this one because I don't have another one at the moment, so we'll give it a clean up. Stinks of fuel. Bit of sludge at the bottom of there. We'll just leave that to soak in some brake fluid brake cleaner for the moment. Right, so I've got the wife's toothbrush. See if we can get some of this gunk out. Well, that'll do for the moment. Right, so there's our oil fill, but we'll take the air cleaner housing off because we need to anyway. So an oil bath air cleaner. That looks clean enough. Oil fill. So we're going to put some oil in. Picked up these new funnels today. They're pretty handy. We got this stuff here. 20W50 Gulf Western stuff. This was on special at Super Cheap for 12 bucks. Pretty awesome for 4 litres of oil. So this is what we're using today. Oh shit. Go slow. Oh, spill. We'll go with that for the moment. Sure, there's even oil in there. Yes, we've got oil in our dashpot, so we'll probably might just leave that as is, because I don't know what I'm doing. So we'll pop this back on for now. Oil, air, fuel, we've got oil in the dash pot of the carb. We'll leave it at that for the moment. We'll pull a spark plug out. We're actually going to pull all the plugs out so we can put a drop of oil down each bore. Plugs. Look okay for now. Just going to pop a couple of drops of 3-in-1 oil down each hole. Just when we start turning it over, there is a little bit of lubrication in there, might help penetrate. So I say this oil's not staying in there for long. That plug's a wee bit more carbony than the other two so far. Right, so that's probably enough to see if we can actually turn it over. So we'll do it with the cranking handle. The answer is yes. Right, so it turns over pretty easily. Feels like there is compression. So yeah, that's a good start. So what do we know? We've done oil, we've done air, we've done check the plugs. Plugs seem okay. Pop some water in. See if it holds a liquid. Who knows? It says antifreeze, but it is just water with a dash of whatever was left in the bottle. We have water. Next. This will do. So the battery's connected. Got the keys out of the lunchbox. Does something. Yeah. Starter motor works. Don't have to turn that on. Yeah, so that's the fuel pump. Let's just go full hillbilly. We'll just spray some of this into the carb. See if it'll see if we've got a spark essentially. See what happens when we do that. Right, so from that super rough test it looks like we don't have a spark. So we'll see if we can figure out why. So we'll start off at the coil. We'll check our resistance at the coil. That's about just over 3 ohms, which should be pretty good. We'll try our secondary resistance. Well, that looks quality, eh? 4.5 k-ohms. Difference on the other side. 4.5 k-ohms. So we got a primary and a secondary resistance. So next we'll check some voltages. So coil's looking, got some numbers on it. Numbers don't seem horrible. I've disconnected the fuel pump because we don't want it chattering away, so we're going to turn the ignition on. Right, so ignition on. We've got 12 volts at the coil. Beautiful. Yeah, then 12 volts at the distributor. Pretty exciting. Pull our dizzy cap off, we can have a look at him. Yep, that looks old. Let's turn our engine so our points are open. Nice spark there. Right, so our points are open. Yeah, 12 volts between the points. So that's all looking pretty good. Just close the points. The points are closed, just make sure we don't have a voltage drop across them. .30 millivolts, yeah, should be right. Then what else can we do? Then we can see if we can generate a spark from our king lead. Well, then what we're going to do, we can see if we can generate a spark. See if we can generate a spark, really. So we'll just check the point we're going to earth it to. The resistance of 0.3 ohms, let's go. So when the fields collapse in our coil, or from our coil, when the points open and close, we should generate a spark. We do not. So it's either our HT lead or our coil. Now, handily, I just happen to have some piece of HT lead. Hopefully will be adequate. We're not getting a spark, so I'm suspecting a coil at this stage. Oh, we got a spark. Good day. You ready? You ready?
Shit all out what looks to be the radiator.
Oh, that's fine, I don't need water.
Charlie's terrified, he shut himself inside.
So there we go, we're back up and running. All it took was a new coil. I put a new condenser in just because. Great that it drained the fuel out, so that made it really easy. No stale fuel coming up the things. I don't even know what fuel was around in 1995. You still get lead replacement, maybe? I don't know, who knows. But yeah, so you heard the fuel pump prime up. That works well. Carburetor's not in too bad a shape. It fired right up. We got some water leaks to be expected. The hoses are pretty crusty, so we'll sort something out there, and then we'll give it a good run up, get it up to temperature, see what other problems we got, and go from there. So thanks for watching. That actually went really well. So yeah, cool. Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you for the next one with this car. Cheers.